everyone, welcome back to the Next Gen Data Aspirants Community YouTube channel. This is Suparna Babu. Today I am going to walk you through about SQL Analytics Endpoint Part 2 video. So if you are watched our episode 6, in that episode 6 we explored about how to query the table and how to create the views, that and all we seen. Now in this episode 7 what we are going to learn, so we are going to learn few more queries along with how we can create stored procedure and how we can create functions in the SQL Analytics Endpoint. Fine. Now let's go back to the Microsoft Fabric environment. Here if you see, this is in our last episode, which episode 6 we learned. Now in this video today we'll explore more things. Okay, fine. Now here, so what I'll do, so let me first I would like to see country wise cells. Here if you see, country column is there. So how I can do that? Select country, select country, comma, sum of sales as total sales from what is our view? Our view is this one. Okay, fine. Now after the table name I need to use group by if I would like to see the country by sales. So let me put group by country. Now let's go and run this. The moment I run this, now here I think so that as I mentioned, it's a case sensitive, you need to use exact column name. So let me go and run this again. Now here you are getting the sales. Now I need to order it by from highest to lowest, so descending order. So let's put order by sum of sales descending. So now when I go and run this, now what you will do, now this time you will be seeing the highest country, see US and later Canada, followed by France, UK, Germany and Australia. Okay, fine. So now I would like to see, I would like to save this as a view. So now we can see in this video in second method. First select by using the user interface. Click on save view. Now here you can give the view name. Let's say country sales. Country sales. See, now it is automatically generated a SQL script for us. Now let's click OK. So now here the moment I say I am saving, so okay, we are end up with some error. The order by clause is invalid in the view. Oh, okay. Now it is if you use order by, so it will not allow. That is the restriction from this SQL Analytics endpoint. So now let's select this. Let me click on save as view. Now this time country sales view. Country sales view. Now let's click on OK. Now let's see. Now it is successfully created a view. So see, now here you are able to successfully see the view. Okay, fine. Now there is one more requirement. So I would like to see the customer wise sales. If I go and query this view, so this is our view. Here I have the column called customer. So customer wise sales. Okay, select customer, comma, sum of sales. So make sure that don't do any typo, as total sales from this view, and we need to use the customer name in the group by. Okay, customer name in the group by. Now when I go and run this, now this time I am able to see this data. Now in this, just I need to see only who are made sales above 10 lakhs, who are made sales above 10 lakhs. So for that what you need to do, just it's very simple. So here after group by customer, here having sum of sales greater than 10 lakhs, 1 lakh, 10 lakhs, and I will order it, order by sum of sales descending. And also here if you see there are some decimal points here, I need to round it. How I can do that? Just here you can use round off sales to the 2 decimal points. Okay, now let's go and run this. Now here if I run, now you are able to see those who are made above 10 lakh sales, only those customers. Fine. Now let's create a stored procedure. How I can create stored procedure? So let's say here what I need to do, I need to get the country wise sales. So how, first of all, how I can get the country wise sales? So here already I written a query. Let's use that in the interest of time saving. So here let me bring this to second line, group by country. So here this is the country wise sales. So on top of this, just you can write create procedure name, our schema name, country sales stored procedure, underscore sp means stored procedure. Okay, now as begin, after begin here you can put the end, after begin here you can put the end. And now let's go and create this procedure. Perfect, it's successfully executed. Now how I can get the details? Execute this stored procedure name. So let me paste it here, but I will not run. First I would like to show where that stored procedure is saved. In this stored procedure folder, if you click, now here if you see there is a stored procedure created. Now when I go and run this, now see here you will be say this. Okay, now okay fine, this is just a simple group by. Now my requirement is I need to see the whenever I am passing any country name, so for that country I need to see the total sales and profit. This time I would like to see the profit also, for example. So for that what I'll do, let me take this query in the interest of time saving. So let me put this as a method 2. So here let me put, so select country. Okay fine, now here what you need to do, the same thing here, create procedure. Okay, create procedure, just take this, create procedure. Now this time let me rename it to get country sales stored procedure, stored procedure. Now this time what we need to do, we need to pass a country name. For that we need to create a parameter. So country varchar data type, let me give 50. Okay, let me give 50. So now let's come to the next line. Now as begin, and here what you need to do, at the end you need to put end. After this, so here what we need to see, we need to see the sum of profit also, profit as total profit. Okay, now here what here we are going to do, here we are going to pass any country name. So for that we need to pass this variable or parameter. Okay, so where country equal to this country @country. Okay fine, where country equal to country. Now let's go and run this. So it's started executing. Now here if you see, this is successfully executed. Perfect. Now how I can execute? Okay, execute. Now let me take dbo.get country sales stored procedure, Now this at country equal to, let's say, Canada. Okay, let me execute this. Now when I run this, here I am able to see total sales and profit. Now, okay, now I would like to see the France. So when I go and run this, now here I am able to see the France sales and profit. Okay, now this is how you need to create a stored procedure in multiple ways. Now let's go and create function. Okay, so how I can create function? So first let me tell you the requirement. So here the requirement is I need to create the function, like when I am passing any country name, I need to get total sales, total profit, average sales, average profit, and number of transactions which is happened in that respective country. So for that, what you need to do, first of all, let's write general query. How I can get all 5 details. Select country, okay, sum of sales as total sales, comma, sum of profit as total profit, comma, average of sales as average sales, comma, average of profit as average profit, comma, let me bring this sales into one line, I mean total sales, total profit, and so later here I will use count of star as total transactions from our view. What is our view? View is this one. View is this one. Now let me bring the group by into another line. Group by country. Now, so when I go and run this, so I can get country wise total sales, total profit, average sales, average profit, and total transaction. I think here already we need to mention space. Okay, fine. So now this is how traditional way. Now here the requirement is, whenever, if let's say if I pass United States, I need to get all these details. For that we can create a function. So how we can create? See here, first create function name. Let's say schema dot, I am giving function underscore get country details, Okay, now come to the next line, open parenthesis, closed parenthesis. In this you need to define a parameter. So here let me copy this. Okay, directly let me copy this. At country, that data type, at country, that data type. Okay, fine. Now here returns table. Now let's come to the next line as return, here open parenthesis and here closed parenthesis. Okay, return closed parenthesis. Okay, now let's, but here we need to change one thing. What we need to change? Because here we are going to pass the country name. For that reason, here you can go and put where country equal to at country, equal to at country. Okay, fine. Now group by country. Okay, now let me bring this to down. Let's go and select this. Let's run this. When I run this, so here in the functions nothing is there. Now let me see in this. Now here nothing is there. So still it's refreshing here. Now in the table, now here if you see, we created a function. Okay, this is the parameter. Now how I can execute that? Select star from. So let's call this function name. Select star from function, and in this you can pass the country. Let's say Australia, Australia, Australia. Let's close the bracket. Now let's go and run this. So it's successfully executed. Perfect. We are getting total sales, total profit, average sales, average profit, total transactions. Now let's go and pass this to United States. UNITED STATES, US, for the US. When I go and run this, now it's successfully executed. I got all the details. See, it's as simple as that. Whatever the thing you are doing in your on-premises SSMS, the same thing here you can do in the cloud. So if you would like to share this views with the drop downstreams, so downstreams you can share these views. Then on top of these views or on top of this stored procedures, they can build the reports. Okay, this is all about how we can create the functions. So in this video, what we learned, let me give you a recap. So in this video, in this episode 7, so we again started with creating a views with the user interface method. Later we used some group by SQL commands. Later I created a first stored procedure, that is in general stored procedure. Then after that again I created one dynamic store procedure called whenever I pass any country name, I need to get the total sales and profit. And at the end we created a function. In that we created whenever I pass any country name, I can able to get sales, profit, sales, average profit, and number of transactions happened in that respective country. I hope you all like this video. Please like, share, comment this video. Please subscribe Next Gen Data Aspirants Community YouTube channel. Thank you all for watching this video. Let's meet you in another interesting video.